Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the best settings to set OBS Studio for recording of gameplays on a low-end PC. As you know, the PC I use for recording all these benchmarks on the my channel is a very low end. Here I'll show you the specs of my PC for a little bit. As you can see here in the CPU tab, I have AMD Ryzen 3 3200U and it has only 2 cores and 4 threads, and I have only 8 GB RAM, of which 6 GB is available for the application to use and 2 GB reserved for the integrated GPUs, that is AMD Radeon Vega 3. So without further ado, let's get started. So hey, to start off, you should first have OBS Studio's latest version installed on your system. Then in the OBS Studio, go to the settings menu. In the settings menu, you don't have to change much in the general tab, as it is only for the UI user interface. You can experiment with it, but I'm not going to show this in this video. Then I'm not going to show anything from the stream tab, as I'm not giving you settings for the stream tab, so I'll skip this. Let's go right to the video tab. In the video tab, you have to set your base canvas resolution to usually what is your monitor resolution. If you want to record in higher frame rate, you can higher resolution, you can still put it in the base resolution, but it will cause more frame drops. As such, output scale resolution is for when you want to scale down your output to a suitable resolution, that is that you can upload or other such things. If you have set at the output scale resolution the same as base canvas resolution, there should be no need required for downscale filter. But if you have set some output scale resolution to something other than your base canvas resolution, then the downscale filter will have option, and I will implore you to use either bicubic or Lanczos filter, as I am recording through the OBS itself, so I can show you the settings. But you should definitely to Lanczos if your system can handle it. Now for the common FPS values, if your system is very low and you should go with 30 FPS, but if your system can handle 60 FPS recording, and you should definitely do it. It will be shown when you go in the drop down menu. Now next let's move to the output tab. In the output tab there are 4 tabs. First let's go to the recording tab. Before that, if you have, or if your output mode is to simple, then you have to change it to advanced. Okay, now go to the recording tab. In the recording tab, you can basically set your where would be the file of your recording go and other such thing. In the recording format, if your video is short, say between 10 to 15 minutes, then you should keep the recording format to MP4, as it gives less load to the CPU and GPU. But if you are recording a longer video and you don't want any error in the file that you recorded, so you should definitely keep it to MKB. Now for the video encoder, in this you have to select whatever H.264 encoder is available to you through your integrated graphic or your dedicated graphics card. If you have any, if you have NVIDIA, it will be NVENC, and as I have AMD Radeon Vega 3, it gives me AMD HWAVC, so I have selected this. Now audio encoder, there shouldn't be any need to change this. And in the audio track, if you have a system with multiple displays or multiple mics and headphones, then you can use this. But if you don't, then just keep your audio track to 1. I cannot change this as I am recording with the OBS, so to be mindful of that. Rescale output, you shouldn't do anything to it, it will just make your recording worse. Now let's go to the most important settings. Encoder settings. In the encoder settings, there are actually 2 types of settings that I am going to show. So let's first go with the CQP setting. In the rate control option, we have CBR and CQ, which these are the 2 options which I am going to be showing. So let's start with the CQP settings. In the CQP settings, you have to set the CQ level to 20, as if you go lower than 20, then the quality increases and the frame drops increases, and if you go past 20, then the quality becomes very bad, and even if you get more frames, but the recording would be very bad. Now for keyframe interval, you can put it to 2. For the preset, if you have low end system, you can keep it to speed. Very low end, for very low end systems it is to speed, and for a low end system it is balance, or for a if your system can handle, then to quality, it would give the best quality recording. And for profile, you have to set it to high. For max keyframes, you have to set it to 2. And that's it for the CQP settings. Now let's get down to the CQP rate, CBR rate control method or in the encoder settings. In this, you can go and search on the internet. It will show the bitrate that is good for you to upload video with on the YouTube, as it is suggested by the YouTube. As if I mostly record 720p 60 fps video, then I have set the bitrate to 7500. If your system can't handle that much bitrate, you can lower it, but don't go lower than 5000, as the video becomes very pixelated if you go lower than 5000 kbps of bitrate. Same settings here, keyframe interval to 2, and profile should be high, and a preset should be quality if your system can handle, but you can keep it to balance or speed if your system can't handle it. You have to experiment with all these settings yourself, and I cannot give you any ideal settings. And max keyframes you have to set to 2. So that's it for all the CBR settings. Now let's move on to one of the very important settings, that is in the advanced tab. In the advanced tab, the most important settings is generally in the general tab, that is process priority. So there are many videos that will suggest you to keep it the process priority to high, but that only works for those who have a dedicated GPU in their system, or a very good integrated GPUs, say like the RDNA 3 based GPUs that AMD is producing in its current generation of processors. But for low-end PCs, I would suggest you to set the process priority at normal only, as I have experimented a bit with it. When I set the process priority to above normal, the frame drop that I get when I play the game with OBS on without recording is very much when compared to recording when the process priority is set to normal. So I would suggest you set the process priority to normal. If your system can't handle, then you can set the process priority to below normal, but don't go idle, as a idle would make it so that the software wouldn't even record your video games. So this is the most important setting. So do set your process priority to high if your system is, if you have a dedicated graphics card or it is very good, above normal if you have mid-end CPU or graphic card, and normal if you have very low-end PC with integrated graphic card. So that's it. So as we have discussed all of these setting, I think this video will be very helpful to all of you who want to record the gameplay through OBS on your low-end systems. If you did like my video, then do not forget to drop a like in this, and do comment me if these settings were useful to you, or if you have to had made any tweaks in the settings that I have shown you. And please subscribe my channel and share if you like the video. Thank you for watching.